Embarrassing. Let's get started. So this is brand new. It's Windows Phone 7 series. It's my pleasure to show it to you today. Thanks a lot for coming by. This is the lock screen. A couple of important things to notice right away. It is very different from Windows Phone that you've seen before. We've taken a completely new approach. We've actually started from scratch and built something completely new and completely different than what we've built before. We have a brand new design language, which is very clean and very simple. It uses motion to elicit emotion and to demonstrate depth. Even though the design language is clean and two-dimensional, the motion lets you feel like it's deep. The home screen is made up of tiles. The home screen on this particular device, you can see, is very clean, even with the buttons. All of our devices moving forward, we're driving consistency into the platform for the developer community. We think that's going to improve cost for everyone and quality for everyone. All of the Windows Phone devices will have only 3 buttons: a back button, a start button, and a search button, and a button to turn on and off and turn on the screen. This motion lets you see a few different things. I'm going to show you first just Exchange, something that would normally look pretty familiar and pretty straightforward. It is, settings, done. Very new, clean look, but a very similar experience to what you've seen before, a list of mail. We have something new in here. It's called the pivot tool. Up across the top, if you flick your finger, you can instantly recategorize the mail inside your box according to different categories across the top, which is kind of nice. Press the start button from anywhere in the experience and you return to this page. Now these tiles, you might be noticing they're moving. The tiles are alive. They're constantly kept up to date. Of course, to show if you have new text or phone calls or messages coming, but also just to give you a little bit of a feel for what's in behind some of these things. There's a me tile. There's a couple of other tiles that I'll come to in just a minute. There's also Katie Jordan, and you can see a picture of her. This is the Games Hub. Hub is, I think, the most exciting part of the new experience. It's a very horizontal view of a lot of different pieces of information. And of course, the big news of the conference on Monday was that we've added Zune and Xbox Live to the experience. So in this Games Hub, you can now imagine a horizontal view of a lot of different pieces of information brought together for the user all in one place. You select the Xbox Live Hub, you dive in. Now I can see all the games in my collection. Spotlight any new games that are posted, any games that are doing incredibly well, any games that our partners might want to be trying to sell to their customers. Flip again and you see Xbox Live. Here's where you can sign in with your Xbox ID and get your avatar. This is actually not my avatar. This is an avatar from a fictional account which we have set up for this particular device. But you can see your rewards and connect to your community from the Xbox environment. And here's a way to drive additional communications and stickiness for customers, but also expand the community. Invitation, hey, would you like to play a new game that's out and available? Download it here, I'll play against you. Your turn. I think the gaming community is going to include a lot of asynchronous turn-by-turn games in mobile, and Nudge is just another connection point. So again, it's a very horizontal view, and you can see how the background moves at a different pace than the foreground. That gives a really comfortable feeling of depth, motion. A better example of that is the Pictures Hub. If you dive into the Pictures Hub, you can see this one picture across the background moving along as I skip through the hub. And here's a great extensibility story. Pictures, gallery, frames, favorites, kind of what you'd expect. An opportunity to dive right into some recent pictures that you've added, but also what's new with your friends. So it's connected out to social networks, and it's bringing in pictures from those other social networks that people in your contacts list have recently updated. So you can see what your friends are up to, and you can see their pictures. One more of these, actually 2 more that I'm gonna show you. Zune. Again, we announced every Windows Phone 7 series, in fact, every Windows Phone moving forward is going to be a Zune. Zune is the media experience that the device will offer. And so if you have a Zune HD, which perhaps not many people in Copenhagen would, but it's doing fine in the US, you would recognize this experience. It gives you the history, gives you what's new from your music catalog, and allows you to skip through videos and podcasts and radio. Last one, a new people experience. Dive into the people experience. You can see recent contacts. And again, these tiles are alive. If we wait long enough, we'll see little pictures starting to pop up. You have your entire list of all of your contacts, and it's actually pretty easy to skip around in that list to different letters. But then the best part is this extensibility. So here I have what's new with my contacts. And you can see from different social networking sites, in this case Facebook, this particular account's connected to, we can see their contacts updating their information. Let's just dive into one contact here for a minute. So you see what's normal. This is a bad example. Here's a typical profile. You can call or reach out to these people through a variety of communication mechanisms. But let's find one that's got a little bit more. Here's one. So this particular profile includes what you'd expect, but also has this pivot tool. So if I skip to the right, I see what's new with that contact. So now I can find things about the people that are most relevant to me very quickly in a different way than I otherwise could. So gone is the experience where you have an application icon and you dive in and go deep. Now instead you have a hub experience that brings all the information that's relevant to this portion of the experience to the forefront for you.
Fantastic.
Last thing, search. This little button's kind of cool. You press it once and you get the search screen from Bing. Some of it. If you press and hold it, you actually get a voice search. I had this earlier today. Let's try one more time. I think this is connected to the Wi-Fi experience down here.
Probably.
Let's give it a try and see if I can get that whole picture up and just do a little bit of a search for you. Search for pizza. See, it's nice and quick. It knows I'm in Barcelona. It's telling me the locations of pizzas close by, and it's got a list of them. I can take a look. I might have reviews in here. There were reviews from this particular piece. Let's go back and find out if I can now see that. Pizzas numero uno. It's a good name for a pizza place in Barcelona.
Let's take that.